to my channel. Today I'm going to be doing an original tag. No, I'm not the creator. The creator is Bree Hill at Falling for Romance. I will leave everything linked down below. I'm excited to do this tag because, in case nobody knows, I'm a romance reader at heart. That's where I kind of started. Well, not really. I don't know. Romance has always been pretty close to me, so yeah. Anyway, okay, so let's just get to the questions. All right, so the first question is like, what is your romance origin story? Like, how did you start reading romance? And for me, actually, I can't remember the name of the exact book, but I'm pretty sure it was a Western. I was like 15. I remember it was a pretty thick book. I didn't bring it to school because I thought like I was gonna get in trouble because like I knew it was going on, and I was like, I'm 15, but so like my family's always been pretty open with like sex and sexuality and stuff like that, so it was never really a problem in my mom's eyes. So she just kind of let me read whatever, to be honest with you. And yeah, I just kind of started from there. And then I kind of got off more into like reading other stuff. And then, because I was like, you know, embarrassed to be seen in the library. I don't think they would have let me check that stuff out anyway. So there was that. And then from the time I was like from 18 to like 20, I read almost exclusively like historical and paranormal urban fantasy. I think that was all I read. So I've got a pretty deep history with romance. The second question is, if you could be a heroine in any romance novel, who would be the author? And then what's one trope that you would insist be in the story? And almost immediately thinking of this, like when I was reading the question, Kresley Cole popped into my head. She writes heroines extremely well. They're badass. Even if they're not physically powerful, they're mentally powerful. They're just so like diverse in just almost every way. Like I can't remember a whole bunch of like skin color diversity or like disability diversity, but as far as like different, like I guess you could say like different races, that was pretty diverse. I've always had a really soft spot for her characters. They're, especially her male characters, they are really steamy and really sexy. And then as for the trope, I would have to go like the fish out of water trope, like being thrown into, let's say, another world, or you know, or some foreign situation that maybe you wouldn't never have thought of, you know, or like maybe it could be even like a social engagement or something. Like I doubt I would ever go to a ball, so like seeing me in a ball would be like totally random, you know what I mean? I just kind of like seeing the person trying to like navigate and like assimilate to that new, like their new surroundings, if that makes sense, and then like also trying to like hold true to their beliefs. Question number 3 is, what is a romance novel that you have read this year that you want other people to read? I have a couple actually. I have 2, yeah. The first one is Archer's Voice by Mia Sheridan. The content was great. I'm not really a contemporary romance reader, but I felt drawn to the story. It kind of made me sad, you know. It made me hopeful. It was cute. I think things moved at a very good pace. Like it wasn't super fast. Like on page 30 they love each other, you know. There was some trauma that, you know, one of the characters had to get past, and it was just a really well written book that just really, I don't know, it just really got to me and I loved it. Another one is Shielded Heart by Tiffany Roberts. Okay, so this is like an alien romance book. So the female main character, she suffers from past trauma. Physical, sexual, verbal. And the male main character does not force her to get over her trauma. I've read so many books to where the female is like, she's very hesitant to, I don't know, like have sex or just be in a relationship, and the guy's like, no, you need to just get over it. You need to get over it. We're going to be together now. You know what I mean? And it wasn't like that. He gave her space and he gave her time to come to him. He let her know outright that, yes, I'm very attracted to you. I want to be with you. And more of like just be together. And I mean, of course sex is always involved, right? But it was like he just wanted to be with her. And I just found that very, very wholesome and refreshing, and I loved it. Question number 4 has kind of like 2 parts. The first one is, what is your favorite subgenre? And then, what subgenre have you not read much from? My favorites, so I can't really just pinpoint one, honestly. So I like dark erotica, paranormal and urban fantasy. I really like historical too. But the last, like, I don't know, like 3 or 4 months, I've been more drawn to dark erotica with a little bit of paranormal. I don't know why. It's just really, I don't know, it's just really interesting to me, like the things people come up with in their heads to write about. And yeah, I very rarely ever read contemporary. It's just not my thing. I like a little bit of, I don't know, magical elements into it, like mixed in somewhere. Question number 5 is, who is one of your favorite auto-buy authors? Lauren Donner, her New Species series. It's like the government kind of like created these hybrid people, and now like they're trying to, like, they have their own like city-state, I guess you could say, and like they're trying to survive and stuff. Anyway, it was just really, really interesting. I mean, her characters tend to be like really very, very extremely alpha, you know, this is how it's gonna go, this, you know, so that's kind of a drawback. But it's just something about her writing and something about the bonds that the characters create, not just with like the couples, but like as like a family. It's like a giant family, like a huge giant family, you know. I really love the bonds that are created in her stories. So the next one that comes out, I can't remember, but I'm definitely getting it. And question number 6 is, how do you typically find romance recommendations? And so I usually use my Kindle when I'm reading like those kinds of books. And what Kindle will do is they'll give you recommendations based on books that you've looked at or bought or whatever. And then I also like to just type in random words, which is how I discovered alien romance. I put in alien and it was there, so I clicked it, and I've been there ever since, honestly. It's been a ride. Question number 7 is, what is an upcoming romance release that you are excited for? And this is actually more of a paranormal urban fantasy story, but it's got like a lovey, and at this point, it's like book number 9. Okay, so let me tell you the book. It's Brave the Tempest by Karen Chance. This is book number 9 in the Cassandra Palmer series, and I love it. At this point, she has 2 love interests, and I'm like, can y'all just be in a polyamorous relationship, please? Let's just do it. Let's just go this way, please. It would make me so happy. Oh my gosh, it was so good. But I absolutely love that series. It's great. It's great. It's really, really fast paced. It's about like a girl who's thrown into a situation she is not prepared for, so like fish out of water, you know. And it's just her trying to do her job, basically to the best of her ability, and like dealing with people's BS, and you know, being backstabbed, and you know, not being told the complete truth, and just it's really, really good. It's really good. It's got gods and goddesses and like vampires and werewolves and ghosts, and it's really, 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 really wonderful. Question number 8 is, what is one misconception about romance that you would like to lay to rest? And so for me, romance is so much more than just sex and feel good happy times. There's life, there's death, sickness, like real consequences for like actions and reactions, and what else? Just so many thoughts and feelings can be invoked, and it's just so much more than sex. I wish people would just stop associating romance and sex as the same thing, because it's not. And question number 9 is, who was the most recent romance reading content creator you have come across that you'd like to shout out? So I've been following Bree Hill, the creator of this tag. I've been following her for a while. Peace Love Books, I can't remember her name. And I was actually very surprised to learn that aside from them two, I hadn't followed any other romance readers. Like, none. And I was just like, why? Because romance is, like, at my core, I'm a romance reader, and why wasn't I following more people? And I don't know. So I found, I can't remember off the top of my name, but I found 2 other people that Bree actually, I'm pretty sure it was Bree, or I might have from Jess, maybe her name is, from Peace Love Books. Oh my gosh, I can't remember. So I'll leave them in here and link down below. Everything will be linked down below. And yeah, I think after I get done with this, I think I'm gonna go do some searching, because I'd like to talk about more alien romance posts with people. It's the genre is it can be so strange and so weird, but so sweet and just weird. I love it. Question number 10 is, if someone had never read a romance before and asked you to recommend the first 3 romances that come to mind as places to start, what would those recommendations be? And so the first one I have is Archer's Voice. It's not super dark, it's not super like has a whole bunch of sex, because there are really good romance books out there but they have like a crap ton of sex in them. And Archer's Voice is more than just about sex, okay? It's beautiful, consent, sex times are really nice. The character story, like the character arcs, are really good. Just a very wholesome book to read. I put anything by Brenda Joyce, but my particular interest lays in her Masters of Time series. Extremely hot, sexy Scottish Highlanders and time travel, and there's just a whole bunch of paranormal stuff going on, and it's like in New York City, and it's great. Like, that whole series is great. And then another one actually is it's alien romance, and so almost anything by Amanda Milo. Her like Abducted, I believe, series is about human women from Earth have been like abducted, and they're thought to be this, I don't know, like this reincarnation of like a goddess, a Grafala or something like that, from another planet's belief system or something. And like they're supposed to be, I don't know, they're supposed to be like, you know, loved and cherished and stuff. It gives me like really good, like really good warm fuzzy feelings, you know, to see that, you know, even if we were to be abducted by aliens, not all of them would just want to, you know, do questionable things to us, you know. But her writing and her characters are just, like I said, so they just give me the warm fuzzies, and I really like it. And it's just about, eventually they're all trying to come together and just find each other, and like, hey, you can't mess with us this way, that's not okay, you know. So it's just, I don't know, I really like the series. I think it's like a good kind of starting point. I had so much fun with this tag. I've always been really hesitant to talk about romance on my channel, because there is kind of that stigma about, you know, romance, and I kind of played into it a little bit, but I'm getting better, okay? It's a really good tag. Y'all should do it. Alright, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you later.